Doctors warn 5 itchy areas in seniors that could signal cancer. Have you ever felt an itch that just wouldn't go away? Not painful, not dramatic, just there. Lingering. Quiet. Persistent. Like a whisper from deep beneath your skin. As we grow older, our bodies don't always scream when something's wrong. They murmur. They send gentle nudges, soft signals that are easy to overlook. An ache that fades, a bruise we can't explain, or an itch that just won't stop. Most of us shrug it off. Dry skin. The weather. Laundry detergent. But sometimes, that small annoyance is the first clue. A subtle warning. A whisper of something much more serious brewing under the surface. Today, we're going to talk about 5 places where this kind of itch often shows up. Especially in older adults, months before doctors diagnose conditions like heart disease or even cancer. This video isn't here to scare you. It's here to empower you. To help you listen to your body in a way that could change everything. For you or someone you love. Because sometimes, the difference between catching a disease early or too late is simply knowing what to pay attention to. Let's begin. 1. The upper back, a whisper beneath the skin. Let's begin with a place most of us don't think twice about. The upper back. Right between the shoulder blades. Or just under the neckline, where your shirt rests. It's easy to blame an itch here on something small. Dry skin. Your clothes rubbing the wrong way. Maybe even the soap you used. But for some, that itch is the first sign something isn't right deep inside. Doctors have found that when organs like the liver, gallbladder, or pancreas begin to struggle, they don't always send us pain first. They send us an itch. A deep, invisible irritation, like it's under the skin. In a place no lotion can touch. And most people ignore it. They wait. They try creams, detergents, body scrubs. But the itch stays. Especially at night, when everything is quiet. And the body is finally trying to speak. There's a story about a man named Thomas, 74 years old. He had an odd itch just under his left shoulder blade. He changed everything, soap, clothes, detergent. But nothing worked. Finally, a doctor ran blood tests. Scans followed. And the truth came out, early-stage bile duct cancer. Because they caught it early, Thomas got treatment in time. That strange little itch may have saved his life. You see, the upper back is more than skin and muscle. It's tied to a dense web of nerves that communicate directly with your liver and pancreas. When those organs are under stress, your body may not scream, but it will whisper. If you felt an itch in that area, an itch that lingers for weeks, that doesn't go away with lotions or laundry changes. Don't ignore it, especially if it feels deep or worse at night. Ask your doctor. Even a simple liver enzyme test or scan could give you answers before symptoms grow louder. Because sometimes, the quietest signs are the most urgent. 2. The lower legs, when circulation speaks through the skin. Now, let's move downward. To a place where many older adults feel discomfort but rarely talk about it. The lower legs. Maybe it's your shins. Maybe around your ankles. That dull, persistent itch that comes and goes. Or stays with you like a shadow in the quiet moments of the day. You tell yourself it's just dry skin. You try more lotion. Switch to fragrance-free soaps. You even blame the weather. But sometimes, that itch isn't coming from the surface at all. It's coming from underneath, from the blood that no longer flows like it used to. As we age, our circulation slows. Especially in our legs, the furthest point from the heart. And when blood doesn't flow properly, the skin becomes starved, not just for oxygen, but for relief. Doctors say that poor circulation, even the earliest stages of heart disease, can show up as something so deceptively simple. An itch. No rash. No swelling. No wounds. Just that quiet irritation, often worse at night, when your body is still and the signs get louder. Elaine, a 78-year-old woman, knows this story too well. For 6 months, her legs itched every single day. She tried every cream on the shelf. She washed her clothes in special detergent. But nothing helped. At a routine checkup, her doctor listened. Not just to her heartbeat, but to her story. Tests followed. And they discovered early congestive heart failure. Her heart wasn't pumping blood efficiently anymore. And her skin was the first to notice. This isn't just about itching. It's about how your body communicates in the smallest, quietest ways. When your circulation struggles, your skin holds the message. And if your legs are itchy, deep itchy, not surface dry, and especially if they're cold, weak, or numb, pay attention. It could be heart disease. It could be peripheral artery disease. It could even be the start of something with your kidneys or blood sugar. But more than anything, it could be preventable if caught in time. So the next time your lower legs itch without cause, don't just moisturize. Listen. It might be your heart asking for help. 3. The chest and upper arms, when the immune system whispers. Now let's turn to the chest and upper arms. 2 areas we rarely associate with danger. If we feel an itch there, we brush it off. Maybe it's the laundry soap. Maybe the air's too dry. Maybe I'm just getting older. But what if it's more than that? What if that itch, persistent, quiet, and just beneath the skin, is the first echo of something deeper? Something your body sees before anyone else can. Doctors are now paying close attention to this kind of itch, especially when it appears in the core of the body. The chest, the underarms, the upper arms. Because time and time again, this subtle discomfort has led to an unexpected discovery. Lymphoma. Lymphoma. A cancer of the blood and immune system. And what's truly remarkable? Many people who are diagnosed never noticed a lump. Never felt extreme fatigue at first. They just itched. You see, as cancer cells quietly begin to grow, your immune system reacts. It releases histamines and inflammatory chemicals. And sometimes, those substances irritate your nerves before they do anything else. No rash. No bumps. Just an itch that comes and goes. At night. After a warm shower. During moments of stillness. It's not painful. But it's persistent. Nagging. Almost like something crawling beneath the surface. Something you can't quite reach. And there's a reason this itch clusters around the chest and arms. That's where our lymph nodes are most concentrated. Under the arms. Across the chest. Along the shoulders. It's where the immune system stands guard. And sometimes where it begins to show signs that something isn't right. Take Gerald, 81, from Colorado. He started feeling itchy on both upper arms and his chest. He thought it was soap. Then maybe age. But when it didn't go away, and his tiredness grew more noticeable, he finally got checked. Blood tests. Imaging. Diagnosis, early-stage Hodgkin lymphoma. Caught in time. Treated. And today, he's back hiking trails near his home. Here's the truth. Not every itch is a warning sign. But when the itch feels deep, doesn't respond to creams, and isn't tied to allergies or visible irritation, don't ignore it. Especially if you're also noticing weight changes, night sweats, or unusual fatigue. Because the body doesn't always shout when something's wrong. Sometimes it starts with the softest voice. A whisper across your skin. 4. The scalp, when silence scratches from within. Let's talk about a place we all scratch from time to time. The scalp. We tell ourselves it's just dry skin. Maybe the shampoo. Maybe winter. Maybe aging. But sometimes, the scalp itches in a way that's different. Not just dry. Not just flaky. Deeper. Like something is happening beneath the surface. And no amount of conditioner, medicated rinse, or humidifier can fix it. Doctors are beginning to see this for what it often is. A signal. A sign that something internal is out of balance. Because your scalp is one of the most sensitive places on your body. It holds more nerve endings and blood vessels than you might imagine. So when something shifts inside, especially with your kidneys or your thyroid, the scalp is often the first to react. If your kidneys are starting to fail, they may not filter waste like they used to. That waste builds up quietly. And sometimes, it finds the most delicate place to make itself known. A persistent, invisible itch on your scalp. The same goes for your thyroid. An overactive or underactive thyroid can throw your body's balance out of rhythm. Your skin dries out. Your nerves become overstimulated. But before you notice the weight changes or the fatigue, you might find yourself scratching your head. Again and again, without knowing why. There was a woman named Lorraine, 76 years old. She told her daughter, again and again, "My scalp just won't stop itching." She changed her hair products. Saw a dermatologist. Bought a humidifier. Nothing helped. Until one day, her doctor ran full blood tests. Her kidneys weren't working like they used to. No swelling. No fatigue. No obvious signs. Just an itch that wouldn't leave. That small, stubborn symptom was the first warning. You see, these itches aren't always visible. There's no rash to show. No redness to point to. But you feel it. And that's enough. Especially if it lingers for weeks. If it worsens at night. Or comes with other small shifts, like mood swings, fatigue, or sleep trouble. It's easy to dismiss. It's tempting to wait. But this kind of itch? It's not just skin deep. It could be your body's quiet way of asking for attention. Don't silence it. Speak to a doctor. Even a simple kidney function test or thyroid check could change everything. Before the symptoms ever get louder. Sometimes, the smallest scratch is really a call to listen. 5. The palms and soles, when the body sends its final signal. Now let's talk about a place most of us would never expect to carry a serious warning. The palms of your hands. And the soles of your feet. It might start as a tingle. A light itch. Nothing more than a passing irritation. You think it's your shoes. Your socks. Maybe detergent, maybe the weather. But sometimes, this kind of itch is not coming from the outside. It's coming from within, from your nerves, your blood, your organs. These areas, the palms and soles, are incredibly sensitive. They're packed with nerve endings, sweat glands, and blood vessels. Which means they often feel the earliest whispers of internal imbalance. Before pain. Before fatigue. Before diagnosis. Doctors have found that persistent itching in these areas can be an early sign of diabetic nerve damage. A condition called diabetic neuropathy. Before the numbness, before the sharp nerve pain, comes the itch. It's not a rash. It doesn't flake or redden. It just crawls beneath the skin. Like something electric. Something that won't let you sleep. Won't let you sit still. Harold, 80 years old, had been living with diabetes for over a decade. But one summer, he noticed something different. A strange, crawling itch on the bottoms of his feet. He thought it was his sandals. Or maybe just aging skin. But no cream worked. No soap relieved it. When he got checked, his doctor found his blood sugar had quietly spiked. And nerve damage was beginning. But diabetes isn't the only cause. That deep itch can also signal liver disorders. Especially when bile acids start to build up in the blood. And in some rare cases, neurological diseases begin with that same sensation. A message from your nervous system. Getting lost, confused, or misfired. The scary part? Most people ignore it. Because it seems small. Because it's probably nothing. But here's the truth. When an itch in your hands or feet lingers. When it's not tied to dryness or a reaction. When it grows worse at night or spirits quietly. Listen. Track it. Notice if you're also more tired, thirstier than usual. Or feeling strange tingling in your limbs. Because what feels like a minor nuisance could be your body's last gentle warning before something bigger takes hold. And if you've lived long enough, you know this truth by heart. Your body never lies. It always speaks. Even if it starts with something as small as an itch. As we grow older, it's easy to explain things away. We blame the little aches, the dry skin, the restless nights on age. We tell ourselves, it's nothing. It'll pass. I've lived with worse. But here's the truth. Your body never stops speaking to you. It just speaks more softly now. It doesn't shout. It whispers. That whisper might come as an itch on your back. A tingle in your legs. A strange sensation on your arms, scalp, or feet. And while not every itch is a red flag, some are quiet warnings. The body's gentle way of saying, something's not right. We've shared 5 places where these itches often appear long before a diagnosis. Before the tests. Before the fatigue. Before the pain. And what that means is, you have time. Time to notice. Time to act. Time to protect your future, or the future of someone you love. Because early detection changes everything. A conversation with your doctor. A simple blood test. A scan. It could be the difference between worry and relief. Between fear and hope. Between catching something early and catching it too late. So the next time you feel something that doesn't go away, even if it seems small, even if it seems silly, pay attention. Because your body is still trying to take care of you. Still trying to protect you. Still trying to tell its story. If you're willing to listen. Thank you for being here today. If something in this video spoke to you, share it. With a friend. With your parent. With someone you love. Because one quiet itch might be the whisper that saves a life.